And welcome back, everybody, to Railway Empire 2, the India DLC. We're working on scenario 2 right now. We didn't quite finish things from the last video, but we wanted to kind of cut it off so it didn't go too long. So here's what we still have left to do. We need 180 loads of tea leaves to Calcutta. We're at 128. That's being stubbornly slow. And then by December 58, we need to have 200,000 citizens in the Chattisgarh region, and we're at 102. So if you look at that right now, we have Raipur is double growth, so that's good. Almost big enough to put an immigration office in. Then we have Bilaspur at 22 double growth, so it's doing okay. And then we have Belangir 37. It does have an immigration office, I believe. Yeah. Let's see why it's single growth. A little low on planks and the vegetables, but they are coming in, so that should get better. And then our last city is Angle, and it's double growth at 14. So everything's setting up pretty good there. We have our warehouse right here, shipping out our goods. We got lots of trains. Bilaspur also has, if I remember right, yeah, warehouse for the manufactured goods. So it's kind of like our hub there. And then Calcutta needs tea leaves. They're at 152,000, still growing. So that's where we stand right now. So what we could do is go into some of these cities and we could grow things a little bit. Let's look at the vegetables. Is there enough vegetables? 71, 72. Okay, we're fine. And the planks, who was making planks? Was it Balangir? No, it was a Raipur. No, they're making Arak, Angel. Oh, maybe it's coming from Balaswar. So maybe it's time to go ahead and put another train on that, I'd say. Now, we probably should make sure Balaswar is getting lots of wood. 28 wood, all right, they got tons of wood. So the problem simply is just like a production choke point. That's probably what it is. So we should start producing more. So we're going to need 766,000. We'll let time go and we'll bump Balaswar up. We now have enough money. We're going to go into Balaswar, click on our sawmill. We're going to bump it up to level 3, so it's going to pump out 8. This should help quite a bit. There's really not much else we could do. Just keep looking at this, making sure things stay double growth. The other thing we could do is come up here to Nepal and buy it. Now, I don't know if we have a bond available or not. Oh, we do. Okay, let's take this. Take this bond. We'll get rid of this one here. So let's buy Nepal. Can't hurt nothing to buy that. So maybe what we need to do is Purnia, the Dharan, then over the Kathmandu. Obviously, this has to come down to Patna, I would say. These two are obvious. And then Pokhara down to Gorakhpur. And that way we can get some more income. Maybe we'll do a warehouse setup if we need to, but for sure we'll do express lines. So we have our lines all set up here from Purnia to Dharan to Kathmandu, then down to Patna, then over the Pokhara, then over the Gorakhpur. So we're going to now put our trains on, and we're going to go Purnia Express, the Dharan Express. We'll put our Iron Duke on it. We'll leave it automatic. Then we're going to want to do Dharan Express, Kathmandu Express. We'll do the same thing to automatic with our wagons. Then we'll go Kathmandu down to Patna Express. And they're both making planks. So at the moment, I think we'll just leave it as express. I mean, there's no point moving planks back and forth. And we got our Iron Duke again going from Pokhara to Kathmandu. Actually, we'll leave that in automatic too for now. So I don't know if we're going to bother doing a warehouse thing or not. I haven't decided. Iron Duke to automatic. This way here, we just added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 express lines. So that should increase our income a decent amount, I would say. Now, I noticed Dharan needs industry, so we're going to put a distillery in to make Arak because we have sugar right there and rice right there, so that's pretty close. Kathmandu's making planks. Pokhara is making Nan. Purnia is also making Nan, but we're going to leave that be. Gorakhpur is making meat, so I wonder what it would cost to buy the meat. Quite a bit. Are they getting meat in is the question. Yeah, they are getting poultry in. So over in Dharan, are they getting rice and sugar? They're getting sugar, but not the rice. Okay, so we're going to have to go in here and put some type of, so we'll make this a freight station because all the other ones are straight up passengers. I maybe could have used the same thing, I guess. Like the same station. Now let's go and put our, there we go. I'm still undecided if we're gonna do a warehouse or if we're just gonna do this. So put a supply tower down, our rice over. We're gonna want to run it in full. Iron Duke, no, definitely not. Okay, we'll go freight right there. Bourbonnais, that's fine. It's only gonna run one line for now. What would it cost to buy this? Just out of curiosity. No, okay, too much. And Raipur has now grown past 30,000. We're gonna throw down an immigration office right there. Anyone else can take one? Nope. Angels, Double Grove 15. Belanger is 40,000. Okay, so they have an industry slot open. So let's see. Right now we have Bill Spores making meat. Reaper is making Arak. Belanger is making Nan. And Angels making cloth. Okay, so we're down the cloth. So Angel could make clothing. Belanger is making Nan. Wood's pretty close. Maybe we'll go paper. That could help them grow bigger down the line. It's not going to help them like instantly, but we'll throw it down here, give them a paper mill. So then we'll take a look at the other things and see where we stand here. That'll give them paper. So that's the one thing that we don't have in our list here. I think I clicked on the wrong thing in our warehouse. Yeah, we don't have paper in there. We could take that off. Well, actually, no, we kind of need that. Okay, so Belanger is still only at 1 growth. We'll add another train in on these. Because once they grow, they're going to need another train. And where it's all, like, they could just sit and wait. Okay, so I got 2 bills for Bellasware freight. So now we'll go in here. I think this is what I meant to do. So there's 2 bills for Angle, Belanger. Okay, so the Belanger is the one that could go Angle. Go that one. And Raper, isn't there a Raper one? Do you see it anywhere? Raper, Belanger, Bill Raper right there. We'll let time run a bit. And then this way, hopefully they won't have any more choke points because they're trying to grow this thing. Now we're up to 114, 144 of 180 there. Is everything producing enough? Okay, they're fine. They're fine. That's fine. That's fine. Everything's producing decently. The other thing we could do is bump up some of these factories here. Actually, before we do that, okay, they have meat. Yeah. Gonna need some money for that. Nane's a little low. No, that's impossible. Okay, up here in Nepal, we did a warehouse and we're gonna connect to Pokhara, Gorakhpur, Kathmandu, and Dharan. So first thing we're going to bring in is our wheat. We have that running full. Okay, so we'll throw a second one in because it's 29 days. So we're going to have a need of, let's say, 4 if we just go with 4 for the time being. So if we go back up here, click on that guy there. So we got 4 of them. Let's go to our rice, to our warehouse, and then we'll go freight coming in full. This one's at 14 days. I'd say 2 trains should do it here. Then we already have wood right there, so that'll give us our rice, wheat, wood, and then I believe we're gonna have to do sugar next. So it's gonna take 33 days, so we're gonna basically need 4 trains. So we'll go 1 there, then we'll put another train on here as soon as we get the money, and then we'll go back to our first one, put another train on here, and this way it'll give us our 4 main things right at the beginning, and hopefully those industries will expand. I don't think it's Kathmandu big. No, it's at 10. Pokhara is at 10. Gorakhpur is at 10. And Dharan is at 10. So I think we can leave that be for now. And they do have the express trains kind of moving things around. So Calcutta is up to 162 now. Belanger, as we mentioned, is growing single. So it's missing vegetables and it needs Arak. So we might want to maybe bump up the Arak production over here in Raipur. Either that or Raipur needs to ship more out. Let's see. What do they need to ship out here? Okay, they're going to the warehouse. That's warehouse. Yeah, we could probably do another one of these. So it's part of what we were just doing here. We're going to go into Raipur and double our distillery production. That way we can produce 2.5 Arak per week. I think that will help things out. The meat is something we're going to have to keep an eye on because it's not super full. The Nain is also something we like to see it go up. Unfortunately, I don't own that industry though. Planks over here are doing not too bad now. So that puts us at 116,000 growth. And up here in Nepal, we're going to start seeing some growth, I'm sure. We're going to take this agent that increases or decreases actually the cost of an auction by 5%. But the main reason is we're trying to get this poster campaign to increase our immigration offices. All right, we made a very expensive line through the mountains between all these redded territories here. So we're going to go from Benares Express down the Bilaspur Express. We're going to put 4 trains with the wagons. We're going to leave it just strictly express. And as of right now, it's not getting anything. So if I pause this, yes, see now it's going to go. Now the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little extension here and go down to Raipur as well. And here we go. Benares down to Raipur. We're going to put 2 trains on that one because Raipur is still a small city and we'll leave it fully express. I think that's going to increase our income quite a bit because now we can shuffle a bunch of people from north to south. Well, not super important at the moment. I see Benares has an industry slot available, so we're going to go ahead and drop in a weaving mill. And I looked around, there is like right there, but it's redded out. There's one there, but it's redded out. So our closest one that we can really bring in is from here. So we'll go ahead in here, and that's number 3. We'll run full. Pause that for a second. Go over the Benares freight. It's gonna go in, let's see, within 34 days. Okay, so we'll put 1 down, then we'll put 2 down there. So that'll get Benares growing, hopefully up to 100,000 and beyond. We're up to 168 load of tea leaves of Calcutta, so finally we're getting some movement there. Angol is still at double growth. Belanger is now at double growth, which is good. We need Iraq is not exactly coming over great at the moment. Bilaspur is double growth, and then Rapier is double growth. We probably, let's see, we already bumped that up once. Yeah, we need to go to 40 to bump that up again. Bilaspur, how's our meat doing? We could bump the meat up maybe. That's probably what we'll do next. I see Kathmandu. We could probably buy this sawmill. There we go. Boom, we bought that. Now what about Pokhara? Can we get the name bread? How much would it be? 988. Oof. A little steep. Rakpur, how much is the meat industry? Not gonna happen. And Duran, we already own that. So we're looking at our tea leaves. We got this guy right here. Seems like he's gonna be the one that's gonna tip it over. So once this guy comes in to Calcutta, I think we're gonna have it made. We're waiting for tea leaves to come in. We're gonna buy the Neen factory here. It's a little expensive, but we may as well buy it. No. I just realized something. I forgot to put trains coming in everywhere. That's not gonna work well. Okay, so we'll run full. We'll bring just 1 in for now. From there to Gorakhpur. This one's gonna climb the hill to Pokhara. Eventually we should bring them separate. Grain would be a good thing. Kathmandu, we'll bring in a train there, and then we're gonna come over here to Dharan, bring that in full. There we go. That'll make it better. Kathmandu's already getting, I think, plenty of wood. Dharan's getting some of the sugar because it was right here. Pokhara. Now if I go up here and click on grain with it, there's one there, of course. The closest grain is going to be here, and then we have a grain hooked up here. We're gonna put 1 train on there, let it run for a second. We'll put another train on, going to Pokhara. It's come from Lal. Now let's go back down and look at where is our tea here.
We control the whole tea trade in the world, and Calcutta is one of our biggest centers of commerce for that purpose. Your transport business ensures that...
Perfect. So now we have our tea. A little bit slower than what I was hoping for. I think we're not going to get a good score here. Then the Chattisgarh region is up to 131 and growing. I'm not sure. We're just gonna have to keep babying it, I guess. Keep looking at things, keep seeing if there's anything obvious. Okay, see, now they want spices. Do I have spices coming into the warehouse? That's the question. I don't know that I do, actually. Yeah, there is 3 of them there. What we're gonna do to try to, we'll get rid of that train. Yeah, and this train we'll get rid of. And then, so let's go 1 more train there, and then let's go 1 more train there. So that way we can get them all coming in separately. So they're not going to be doing that whole increasing distance thing. Bilaspur is decently good. Raipur is growing nicely. A little low on the vegetables, a little low on the planks. And as soon as we get 30,000, we'll be able to put an immigration office in there. So back up to Nepal, we're going to put 1 train bringing in our spices, and then we're going to bring another train in. This is going to take a while. And then the tea leaves, we may as well load that up as well. And that way everything's going to be coming in case I forget it. So they're coming in pretty close, pretty quickly, but we'll put another one. It's not going to hurt anything. So I'm just looking at things here. I mean, I could bump up this Iraq production, I guess. No, I can't actually. No one's over 20. Okay, no, they're actually going down. These guys are going down. What we could do is put our warehouse here, and then Kathmandu will do our first 6 things. Okay, so we need Nain, meat. Okay, it already has planks. We don't need to put that in. Iraq, cloth, clothing, and furniture. Actually, no, they're probably going to make furniture. Yeah, let's get rid of the furniture. Let's put the silk brocade in, because I'm going to try to put furniture in Kathmandu. So then we'll have to run some lines straight to Kathmandu. So we'll have our Pokhara freight to Kathmandu freight. We'll put 1 train for now, and then Dharan, we won't need that quite yet. Gorakhpur, though, we will need, so we'll have to fix that up. Okay, we have our line lined out from Gorakhpur, bringing in our meat to Kathmandu to our warehouse. We're going to do 1, and then I think another one. Some of those may run empty. And now that I think about it, let's go back up here to our main one here and put dispatch hall to Kathmandu. Let's go another one there. And then, like I said, the air rack, although useful, is not useful yet. And Kathmandu is making planks so we can sit there. So down here, we're still doing not too bad. We're almost hitting that 30,000 for Bilaspur. Once you do that, we can throw down the immigration office, which will help the growth even more. We're at 100% fulfillment, so we can't do any better than that. Boulangier, we're at 90.5, so that could be slightly better. And we already got our paper mill up, do we? No, not quite. Let's see. I desperately want to put an immigration office down here as soon as possible. That way we can get that, I think, 19% boost? There we go, right there. Boom. So Benares looks like it's hit a growth blockage here. We're going to get rid of the immigration. We're going to put a university down. There we go. Then we're going to bring in our granite to Benares. Means they can demand it right now. So there's really nothing else directly I can put in here that they're not already getting. We could look around and see, is Calcutta getting granite? No, they're not. That's something we could work on. Now here we are back in Raipur, and we have an industry slot open. We're going to put a weaving mill down. We're going to make silk brocade, so we need raw silk coming from somewhere. So we have it there. That's another territory. This could come from here, I guess. So this is going to be a very long line, but we're going to bring it in the Raipur freight full. We'll do one there, let it run, do one there. I think we might want to maybe even do 3. Go back in and find this. See Raipur. Perfect. So that should help our silk brocade start growing. And goal is up to 21, sorry. Can't do an immigration office. We can't increase the weaving mill, sorry, because we don't have 9 million. And our rice is fine, wood's fine, poultry's fine, grain's fine, rice, sugar, tea leaves is okay. Raipur's double growth at 40,000. That means we could actually bump up the Iraq even more, which might be the thing to do. And we're going to bump our Iraq here up to level 3. So now we're going to make 4.8 a week. That should help things out. So silk's coming in. Our vegetables are not quite 100%, but decent. Bilaspur is basically, almost 100%, 99 point whatever. Belanger is a little bit under. Where is it choking out? Okay, so it needs wood. So wood's getting a little low. Vegetables are really kind of getting low. I wonder what the deal is with the vegetables. And then the wood. Where's our wood here? We should probably have wood going straight into Belanger because that's what I said was low, right? So we may as well put this paper to good use. We're going to bring it in the Calcutta on our east side station that we just built. We'll bring it in full. There's no reason for it to be less than full. So we'll bring that in. We have our granite coming in from far away. There's 0 on the dresses. Someone needs to make dresses and they're a little low in Iraq. I don't know who's making Iraq. Raj Mahal's making Iraq. For some reason, they're not bumping it up. And then we're at 148 out of 200,000. So it's going definitely slower than I would hope it would go. Let's take a quick look up in the Nepal region. It probably hasn't run enough to really have done much, but okay, Dharan is up to 14, almost 15,000. Kathmandu is growing almost up to 10. Pokhara is still at less than 9. So I need sugar. It's probably just because the sugar is coming from far away is probably what it is. And then Grakpur is also up to 14,000. Oh, looks like they should get a bigger meat industry. They're not going to. Maybe because they're not getting enough poultry. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, we'll have to bring in a poultry line. And here we are bringing in our poultry. I think we'll throw 2 trains on it because, we're going to want this to grow eventually. Maybe if we put 2 trains, they'll bump it up a bit more. Thought about buying it, but it's 8 million once I clicked on the price. So that definitely ended all those thoughts. This is our research. We're going to take the poster campaign, which is going to bump our immigration up to 19%. That's going to be quite helpful. Now, Bilaspur has an industry slot open. I think we're going to put a furniture factory down because we have quite a bit of planks coming from Bilaswar. So as long as we have enough of them going to Bilaspur, we'll do another one, try to fill it with planks as best we can. So then on our growth here, we're at 178,000. So that's good. Let's take a look here. Purnia, single growth 19. Dharan, double growth 18. Kathmandu, double growth 13. Pokhara, double growth 11. And Grakpur, double growth 18. So we're doing decently up there too. And Benares, we're at 116. Our weaving mills are a little bit low. I'm not sure if we're low on. I guess it's just shipping it out. So maybe we need to bump that up a bit. So we're going to put an immigration office in Angel. There we go. That's going to help. So where are we at for growth? 196. So we're getting there. Balanger is at 66 and still growing. Can we buy the bread factory? No, it's a little too expensive. Bilaspur is at 44, double growth. We're getting close to maybe having to upgrade the meat factory possibly. Because it's going to cost, what, 800 and some? We probably should. I think we'll do that. And then Raipur, I see there's a grayed out screen to the bottom left is double growth. And looks like our weaving mill is doing okay. And our Arax also doing okay. So it should be just a matter of time. Belaswar is still pumping out lots of planks. Should look at Bilaspur, see how many planks it's got in the warehouse now. And on the way. So not an amazing amount for sure. So 198 for population. So we're growing fast, which is definitely good. Up here, still doing decently. Iran's over 20. Kathmandu 16. 13 for Pokhara. 21,000 for Gorakhpur. Can we buy that meat? Nope, too expensive. 199. Should
I'm
be
so relieved.
just
The
second.
food production in this region will guarantee that the people won't have to go through a famine. I can't thank you enough.
Good job. Now that the export is up and running and we have an additional source of revenue, we can complete the line to Delhi. Maybe we should have made that our highest priority because our administration has difficulties controlling our countless territories. But better late than never. I see you have already started building another railway line autonomously. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but there are more important issues to attend to right now. We urgently need more soldiers in the east for our battles on the border to Burma. Transport our sepoy soldiers to Rajmahal.
Do you have a moment? A private company can't rule over a country of such massive proportions. The sepoy, alongside the rest of the population, are frustrated. First, the reckless agriculture politics of the company. Now they have to give their lives for some war of the English. I fear that there will be riots if this continues. We must support the people to maintain stability in the country. I doubt that we can preserve peace, but we have to do our best nonetheless. So please also support Central India. The region is of utmost importance in terms of culture, education, and industry. That would help the people and the stability in the country. Additionally, we will get one step closer to a connection between Calcutta and Bombay. Of course, there is a reward in it for you if you support me further in this endeavor.
All right, so we finally got our 200,000. So it opened up this area here, Jharkhand, with 2 businesses. We also opened up this land here, Berar, with 1. And it opened up this one here, Shahjahanabad, with the 5. And then, of course, Delhi is way over here. So that's the big kahuna there. This one is still redded out, so they must have something else for us to do there. And so if you notice, Calcutta's at 220,000, which I thought was kind of noteworthy. Doing pretty good. These guys are all doing good. Balanger, 67,000 double growth. Angul, 30,000 double growth. Bilaspur, 45 double growth. And Raipur, 56 in double growth. So if you like that video, like, comment, subscribe. Come back and watch another great video of Viking Meat Gaming.